This is a Bramble Jam podcast.
Welcome to Girls Gone Hallmark, a Hallmark review podcast. I'm Megan, and I'm a longtime Hallmark fan.
I'm Wendy. I'm a former Hallmark hater.
Today we're discussing Three Wisest Men, which originally aired on the Hallmark Channel on Saturday, November 15th, 2025, and is currently available to stream on Hallmark Plus. Fun fact, the Hallmark Plus edition is the extended version with additional scenes, and we understand a slightly different ending, although we haven't seen it ourselves yet.
Right. Tyler
spilled those details on the Hallmark Christmas cruise.
Right.
For more details from us, follow us on Instagram and TikTok, where we are Girls Gone Hallmark.
Hey, if you have some thoughts about our review or any of our reviews, you can email us at girlsgonehallmark@gmail.com or visit us in our Facebook group, Girls Gone Hallmark.
Let's kick off our discussion of the Wise Dudes with a synopsis.
The Brenner brothers are back and facing their busiest Christmas yet, with Luke expecting twins, Taylor weighing a job out of state, and Stephan preparing for his wedding, all while their mom sells the family home. They'll have to stick together to make it through one last Christmas under the same roof.
Terry Ingram returns to direct Three Wisest Men, having also helmed the previous two films in the franchise. This marks his 101st directing credit, with his most recent Hallmark project being Journey to You, starring Erin Cahill, earlier this year.
The story credit goes to Paul Campbell and Kimberly Sestad. The teleplay was written by Paul, Kimberly, and Russell Hainline. This movie marks Paul's 7th writing credit, Kim's 4th, and Russell's 9th.
Paul Campbell stars as Stephan. Paul has 58 acting credits and will star in the upcoming Christmas at the Catnip Cafe on November 30th.
I'm really looking forward to that movie.
Me too.
Really looking forward to it. Tyler Hynes stars as Taylor. We last saw Tyler in Christmas Above the Clouds. This movie marks his 76th acting credit, and according to IMDb, he is currently in pre-production on a project called All the Familiar Places, co-starring Stacey Farber.
Andrew Walker stars as Luke. He's had quite the year at Hallmark, appearing in A Reluctant Royal and Adventures in Love and Birding, and will co-star with Lacey Chabert in She's Making a List, making it 4 Hallmark movies for him in 2025 alone.
Margaret Collin returns as Mom Barbara. With 79 acting credits, Margaret has worked steadily throughout the years. Her very first film was an appearance as a teacher in the 80s classic Pretty in Pink.
Thomas is played by Miles Marthaler. With 7 acting credits, Miles was last seen as young Frank Jr. in 2 recent episodes of The Chicken Sisters. He's currently filming the movie adaptation of the novel Remarkably Bright Creatures.
You read that, right?
Yeah, I'm so excited. A little nervous about the octopus, but so excited.
Kimberly Sestad appears as Dr. McLaren. Kim has 51 acting credits, and we last saw her fall for Ted Cooper in Merry Christmas, Ted Cooper.
Fiona Vroom returns as Stephan's fiancée, Susie. Fiona has 78 acting credits and has appeared in several Hallmark favorites, including Curious Caterer, Forbidden Fruit. She's currently co-starring in the Fox drama Murder in a Small Town.
Nicole Major returns as Luke's wife, Sophie. This is Nicole's 31st acting credit and previously appeared in the Paul Campbell, Kimberly Sestad movie, Wedding Every Weekend.
Erin Karpluk returns as Caroline. She has 94 acting credits and recently appeared as Cynthia Little in season 2 of The Chicken Sisters.
I hear a question.
She may be one of the book editors. She might be the book editor.
I didn't watch season 2, so I don't know. But Cynthia Little is a interesting name because Chicken Little.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Matt Hamilton returns as Mark Leclerc. Matt is a favorite who fans want to see in a leading role on Hallmark. He's got 70 acting credits and will appear in the upcoming The Idaho Murders.
Oh, no. Christopher Shire appears as Roy with 100 acting credits. We last saw Christopher in Return to Office earlier this year.
Remember Christopher Shire was in like a boatload of movies last year?
Yes, it was like Where's Waldo?
Yeah. Allie Liebert is back as Fiona, a role she first played in the Three Wise Men and a Baby movie. You can also catch her in Family Law and in the upcoming movie The Christmas Baby. I see so much crossover into Family Law. I know Benjamin Ayers is in it a lot, but there's others too. And I'm like, do I need to watch?
Yeah.
Should I watch this?
Same.
Should I watch? There's a lot of seasons too, so I'm like, it could be my next throw-on show.
That's right. Lachlan Monroe joins as Bob. Lachlan has a whopping 288 acting credits and was recently seen on The Chicken Sisters as Mayor Carson. We're going to take a quick break and come right back with our first impression of Three Wisest Men. Hey, Wendy, what's your first impression of Three Wisest Men?
Bob is an
My first impression is thank goodness for the calming energy of Mama Brenner.
Oh, I want to talk about her scene. We'll get there.
Well, let's talk what we liked about this movie. Can I kick it off with my talks on Margaret Collin?
Sure.
As Mom, she is the absolute voice of reason and sanity in this movie. Mm-hmm. She says things like, Dad didn't leave because he had 3 kids. Dad left because he gave up on himself. She's the one who reminds the boys that they'll all be okay after all of the changes that are coming their way. And to your first impression, she is the one who finally tells Bob to STFU when he is unnecessarily mean to Stephan.
That scene, I was like, so long overdue in this movie. Mm-hmm. I'm so glad she put Bob in his place. He was such a jerk. For no reason.
For no reason, exactly.
For no absolute reason. And she just swoops in with this perfect blend of warmth and backbone. Mm-hmm. And she's fiercely protective over her kids. Like, I just thought it was nicely done. Mm-hmm. The theme of change feels real and relatable. I think that was the next step in this movie franchise.
Sure.
You know, not everybody can stay home and be, I mean, I guess you can, everybody can stay home and like live in the same town forever and ever, but change is inevitable, right? We have Luke, who's getting ready to have twins. Mm-hmm. Like, that's a big change coming. Taylor, I hate that they named him Taylor because it's so close to Tyler.
I know.
It really trips me up. But, you know, the next progression for him is to land a big job. And that job may take them out of whatever Hallmark city they live in. I don't even know. Do you know where they're supposed to be living? It's so funny that they call, like, Silicon Valley. How was Silicon Valley? Tell me about your trip to Silicon Valley. Like, I know Silicon Valley is like the hub of...
Right, but you wouldn't say that.
No.
San Francisco.
You would say San Francisco or California.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we have Stephan and Susie finally, like, moving on to getting married. You know, change, a lot of change. My question is, why did the mom want to sell the house?
She's just ready to downsize. She says she doesn't need this big of a house.
That's totally fair. Mm-hmm. We never learn at the end if she sells the house.
True.
It's never, like, buttoned up.
True.
And I feel like if you have such a big family, I mean, look, I get getting older and wanting to downsize because it's so much harder to take care of a big home, but you also have this big family.
You want a place for them.
You want a place for them. You're going to have 3 grandchildren in your home, maybe more eventually.
Right. And especially with everybody moving on, you want a place for them to come home to. But I can understand her wanting to downsize, and they can stay in a hotel when they come visit. I think in this movie, we dig in on the romantic relationships between the Brenner boys in a deeper way than we have in the past, particularly across all 3 of them. I think if you look at movie number 2, Sophie is physically absent for most of it.
Yeah.
And she's a big player in this movie. And I think the past movies were more about the relationship of the men to each other. And this one, they really did become their own family unit.
Sure.
And how those played together. And I think as a result of that, we do bring resolution to each of their relationships. And at the end of the movie, we leave them in a settled place where we understand where they're going from there, which I like.
And do you think there'll be a 4th movie?
Well, I don't know.
Is there a story there? In your opinion, is there a story there?
I don't need a 4th movie. I think where there's a will, there's a way. Mm-hmm. We were sent a video from Brenda, a listener who was on the cruise, where Tyler was asked that same question.
And his answer was maybe?
His answer was maybe. I think his answer was if we can figure out a story to tell that we think is worth telling.
Yeah, his answer also was like, we want to give the fans what they want. Mm-hmm. So if there's a way, we'll do it.
Yeah.
I just don't know if there's a story there.
I don't either.
Not that. I mean, we've got seasons and seasons upon seasons of Chesapeake Shores about large families,
sure.
right? So there's got to be something, like they can write something for this movie, I think, like family dynamics, where they're at. But I remain unclear if I want to watch it.
I hear you.
And that is not to diminish anybody who worked on this movie, who acted in this movie, who wrote this movie. Like, I think everybody is wonderful and great. I could be down for a new, fresh story.
I don't personally super vibe with what's happening here.
Oh, tell me more.
Well, we'll talk about it in our wishes.
Okay.
I don't hate it. I like everybody involved. I'm happy to see Tyler and Andrew and Paul on screen. I think I like that Margaret Collin was given a bigger role in this than we have seen her in the past. It's fun to see the many Hallmark familiar faces in this movie. Lachlan Monroe, Allie Liebert, Matt Hamilton back as Mark LeClark. I enjoy all of that. It doesn't hit for me in the way that some movies do.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that to be a takedown. And I know there are people who ride hard for these movies and they're so glad to see them back. And they're glad to see the guys in their silly suits. In fact, it was just announced that at Christmas Con, there is a photo op with the three guys. And there was a question, what are they going to be wearing? They're going to be wearing the silly Christmas suits that they were wearing.
Cool.
There are people for whom that works.
So,
and I'm happy for them.
I'm happy for them too. Truth be told, as we know now, those who were on the Christmas cruise got to see an early screening of this movie.
Yeah.
And so we know a couple people who were on the cruise, and I was very curious. I was like, what was the feedback on the movie? And we were told everybody loved it. Now, if I could just add this caveat, when we saw Jingle Bell Run on the cruise last year, still one of my favorite movies, but there was a heightened experience watching it in a theater with a bunch of people. And I think watching this movie in that manner and hearing the jokes and like seeing your favorites on screen with other people having a shared experience.
And the stars are in the theater.
They're there. It's going to be the greatest movie you've ever seen.
And yes, the shared experience of it all. You're on the Hallmark Christmas cruise on a cruise ship in the middle of the ocean, watching it with other Hallmark fans and Hallmark stars. You're in the moment. 100% it heightens the experience. And in fact, after we watched Jingle Bell Run, I came home and I watched it when it aired. And I wondered, is it going to hit the same? Now it did. That movie I really love.
Yeah, me too.
But there certainly was an element of our enjoyment of the movie that came from the experience.
Yeah. So I'm curious, I don't think there's going to be somebody who goes, oh yeah, I watched it coming home and it wasn't as good, because I think this franchise, these actors have such ride or die fans.
Yeah, there's a reason they've made 3 of these movies.
Yeah, exactly.
Because people will show up for
and
them.
I understand that.
And look, the reality is I'm more excited about the 4 movies created by these 4 stars. Christmas Above the Clouds.
Yeah.
She's Making a List. Christmas at the Catnip Cafe.
Ted Cooper. Than I was about this individual one. Yeah.
So I love the people involved.
In fact, we've only seen Ted Cooper and Christmas Above the Clouds, 2 movies better than this movie.
Agree.
Now, with all that said, I do think Paul Campbell, Tyler Hynes, and Andrew Walker, they are magic together. They obviously have a real life friendship that you cannot fake. I mean, I guess you can fake if you're a really great actor, but like it's obvious to me that there is a natural rhythm and vibe and brotherly kind of relationship that works on camera.
Yes, their on-screen chemistry is undeniable.
I enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's kind of interesting. I was thinking about it. Has there been a Hallmark series that has like an ongoing male lead? Is this it? Is this the first? Like 3 dudes who are like 3 big stars on the network.
The Groomsmen.
Oh, the Groomsmen. Yeah, but nobody's talking about making a 4th movie there.
Did you see? I think it was Jonathan Bennett who joked. I think it was the 3 groomsmen were on stage and he was like, Groomsmen Christmas coming 2026.
Oh, no, I didn't.
And he was like, just kidding. I was like, man, you had me going. I would have been very excited for the Groomsmen Christmas.
Would you?
Yeah, bring it back. I liked the Groomsmen. I think we could tell one more story.
I liked it too, but also I just think there's like an end to these things. I just think there's an end to these things. Let's talk about my guy, Tyler Hynes.
Okay.
And I say my guy jokingly. I love Tyler Hynes. You know I do. I fawned over him over the summer, calling him Mr. Golden Delicious, and he saw it. And it makes me sweat a little bit still that he knows that. I think he's so good. I enjoy him as an actor. There are a lot of scenes in this movie that I actually think are super emotional, and he brings it home. Mm-hmm. So, for example, his proposal scene, it wasn't like a wedding proposal, like a marriage proposal, but like a let's move to Silicon Valley. I really enjoyed that. His hesitance about change, he was really struggling with leaving his family. I thought he executed that all really well. I love all the little jabs he makes. He calls Luke at one point a square-jawed firefighting legend, which I thought was really funny, but he was hyping his brother up in this scene. The stuff with the bird, which the bird leans a little hijinksy for me, but when he's like, Megan just made this face like,
a little.
I know. But when he's like, he's offended that the bird stole his line, 1, and 2, he didn't like the way that bird was talking about his brother. I thought was
great.
So funny. So funny.
Yeah, I have a couple of these in my did you see that's, but wait, I loved his if a perfect was a person, it would be you speech to Luke. But he also says to Stephan, you're the perfect son-in-law and not a bird-losing liar. And then probably the most touching line of the movie, he said to Luke, watching you with tea has made me believe in fathers again.
Yeah, because
that's a great line.
Yeah, and because we don't have a ton of backstory on the dad, right?
Just that he left.
Yeah, that was a really good line. I remember feeling something when he said that.
Yeah.
I liked it. Matt Hamilton as Santa, when he comes and delivers that toy to Thomas.
Christmas magic.
Super adorable.
Great, yeah.
I love Matt Hamilton.
Yeah, it was a great way to keep him involved. How are we going to bring Mark Leclerc back? It was great. Mm-hmm. Are you ready to talk wishes?
I am.
I have a big and a little.
Okay.
My big wish, this movie is entirely too chaotic for me.
What?
Chaotic.
Oh, yes.
It's near constant chaos. The parenting class instructor, the fire station children, Susie's phone ringing with a call from her father that she doesn't silence, the arguing about the gingerbread house, the bird playing dead and then escaping, the rodent running through the living room, the ball pit. For me, there are people who enjoy this level of silliness. It makes for a little bit of a stressful watching experience.
Well, that's so funny you say that because we just recorded our review of Finding Mr. Christmas.
Yes.
And some of the feedback to the actors are in that were fans or viewers want to feel comforted. Mm-hmm. And I especially think with a Hallmark movie, they want to feel comfort.
Yes.
So
much of television is so stressful, and it's built on that, raising your blood pressure and keeping it there so you binge to the next episode.
Uh-huh.
Are you watching that series on Peacock, All Her Fault?
Yes, I am, and it's so good.
It's so good, but that first episode is so stressful.
Yes.
You can feel the stress of it. That's not what I turn to Hallmark for. And obviously, this is on such a different level, but this is where I say, it doesn't work for me because I don't want to be in that heightened state of there's so much, I don't like chaos.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I feel a little bit like a hypocrite because we've been asking Hallmark, give us something out of the box.
Yeah.
Right? I don't want to lean back on Hallmark of 2016 where it's a very, cookie cutter movie.
Yeah.
Even though a lot of people like the safety of that. And I feel like here we're saying we want the safety of this calm viewing experience, not this chaotic out of the box experience.
Yeah. But I think Hallmark has been playing with, as someone would say, in the Hallmark sandbox, you're playing in that space, but you're still trying new things. I think we can still play within the movies that we've loved this year have still fit the Hallmark mold. Merry Christmas, Ted Cooper is still very comforting, very warm, but takes it to the next level a little bit.
Right.
So I don't think you're being a hypocrite and saying do something new, but don't do something too new.
Right. Let me ask you this. what you just talked about, taking to the next level, do you think they're like, well, we have a fine movie here, but we need to take it to level 12 with the hijinks because...
I just think people want the hijinks. It's why everybody loved the dance from the first movie that they recreated in the second movie, and why the guys had to do it over and over again on the cruise. I think people like that. They want to see these guys being silly. And I feel like Meet the Parents is what I always turn to.
Oh, that's so funny that you mentioned that movie franchise. That is a movie you don't like, right?
Can't stand it. It's too much. Stop.
Don't you think the whole missing pet storyline was very reminiscent of Meet the Parents? Yeah, I thought so too.
It's just like chaos after chaos. And I just, yeah.
For me, along the same lines, some of the hijinks comedy was way overused. Mm-hmm. The rodent scene with the jumping into the Christmas tree and it like falling and like all that. I didn't like any of that. The bird antics, I did think it was a kind of funny, but then like, you know, it was, you could see the writing on the wall when he opens the window and then the bird, you know, the hospital wedding at the end. This woman who just gave birth to twins would not be sitting there in a wheelchair at a wedding. I know. It would never happen. I won't even get into the details. I had a C-section. I was out for hours. There's no way. There's no way.
I know.
That aside, the Christmas shopping brawl in the ball pit, they're fighting a lady over a toy. And I was like, I don't like any of this. And of course, like, then they show like the guys and they're jumping in the pit and they're like searching for the toy. They're not like wrestling the lady or anything, which is like too far for me.
Yeah.
But I was like,
that's the moment that gave Fred Claus for me when he's running away from all the Santa Clauses. Have you seen that movie recently?
No, I don't know that movie.
He makes up a fake charity and he's on the street. He's like, I'm people helping people. And then all the actual Salvation Army Santas chase him down and they have like a standoff in a toy store. And they all pile on him. And that was very reminiscent of that scene for me.
Got it.
I have just one small wish.
Go ahead.
I really wished Susie would have stood up for Stephan before Stephan's mom had to do it. She really needed to say, Dad, back off. Because she just kept defending him. No, he doesn't dislike you. No, he's fine. Everything. No, he's being rude. You need to stand up to your father and say, you're in our home with Stephan's family. Don't speak to him like that.
Yeah, he was so out of line. So out of line.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, what is he so pissed off about?
He's just an angry person.
Ugh.
Just that archetype of like, oh, nobody's good enough for my daughter.
Yeah, and he didn't even know who Stephan was.
Yes. Looks like you've been to the gym.
I did think that was quite funny.
Yes, it was funny.
I thought that was funny. And I thought the, am I a bad boy now because I was in jail kind of line was pretty funny too. Some of the times though, I got to tell you, when I was watching this and they're like throwing out these like punchlines that weren't landing for me, but almost was like, I felt like I was watching a comedy that would have a laugh track over it. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure when people watched it in the movie theater on the cruise, like I'm sure it got lots of laughs in those spaces there.
Of course. All right, let's talk. Did you see that?
I have a few, and it is all about product placement.
Okay, let's hear it.
First of all, I sent Megan a text of a screenshot of King's Hawaiian rolls. And she's like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
And I hadn't finished the movie at that point. And then I watched it and I was like, I still have no idea what you're talking about. I missed it.
Look, Hawaiian rolls are like a staple at our house during the holidays too. So nicely done there. But like, you know, they're having this like dinner scene and the mom comes with like a package of Hawaiian rolls.
I don't know how I missed it.
Paul's like, ooh, King's Hawaiian. And then like they pass them around the table and it gets down to him and they're gone at this point.
Look, I looked up the Wayne's World product placement clip. I'm like, is it as good as I remember? I need to show it to you right now. It's 1 minute long. I need to show it to you.
And it's the choice of a new generation.
I am going to put this in the show notes for this episode. I need every single person to watch the Wayne's World product placement clip from the Wayne's World movie. I don't like stupid humor, but I love that Wayne's World movie. I quote from it all the time. All the time. That's what I see. And do you understand? Because it's so blatant.
Yeah, definitely. The zoom in, the like very unnatural use of a product. Yes.
We got to talk about home goods.
Let me just say, I shop at Home Goods a lot.
Me too.
They do not sell bags. You get a gray plastic bag when you go to Home Goods. You don't get a nice like department store bag. It does not happen. But yes, go ahead. Let's talk about Home Goods.
I mean, it's the same thing. It's they bring in these beautiful bags overflowing with products. They're hanging. They had to buy all new Christmas decorations. Not everything was ruined by the friggin' rodent. They had to buy all new Christmas decorations. I mean, they zoom in on the bag. They zoom in on the tag. I love Home Goods. It takes you out of the moment a little bit.
It does.
I don't know how to do it well. We just talked about it, actually.
Nordstrom Rack.
Yes. But I think it's really hard to do it well.
I think so too. Somebody needs to come up with a better plan.
Unless it's like, well, got them talking. Everyone's talking about Nordstrom Rack and King's Hawaiian rolls. So Home Goods is happy.
Maybe. But in a negative, you don't care? Any good press or any press is good press?
Bad publicity, I
yeah,
guess.
I don't know. King's Hawaiian. That's going to be my
new print. Little,
yeah.
yellow, different. I say it all the time. I don't even own a gun. Okay, for Did You See? It's real not true Did You See? That's just some thoughts.
Okay.
And we talked a lot about the funny dialogue that I liked, but I did love Everybody Loves the Trilogy from Dr. Kimberly Sustad. I mean, wink and a nod.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or does the tech bro at the beginning look like Bobo David Beckham?
Yeah, definitely.
I loved Taylor and Carolyn eating popcorn during the rodent fiasco, just enjoying the chaos going on. And I had to laugh at Stephan's book cover, Get Out of Your Own Way, is a photo of him with a train behind him with his face on the front of it coming down the tracks.
I didn't notice.
And it's got like an angry face. And it's very, if you had a child or have a child who's into trains, it's very Thomas the Train, how they have the face on the front.
Hilarious.
I just thought it was very funny. Hat tip to whoever was in charge of making that Get Out of Your Own Way graphic.
That's funny. I just have two more little Did You See? That's one. Tyler's wearing a black on black suit situation at the top of the movie, and he looks fire in it. I love this black on black ensemble. So
I really love that scene. He's really funny in it the whole time. That send up of the VC capital space, I thought was funny.
yeah. Also, did you notice that his hair is much darker in this movie?
I did not.
It's far more emo than Golden Delicious, but
I didn't notice.
I don't hate it. I think it's just who his character is.
I see.
Also, my final Did You See that when Bob is looking for his missing bird and he's got like flyers, it says missing parrot. That is not a parrot. It's a cockatiel. Right?
Right. Doesn't even look like a parrot.
No.
Do you have those Orange County parrots by you? Those green parrots?
No.
Oh.
There's wild parrots?
Wild parrots. They're green and they're so loud when you hear them go over.
Wait, why are there wild parrots?
They've been here for a while, a long time, but they're here.
I haven't seen them.
And they used to be on the other end of the city I live in, and then
now they're on the wrong side of the tracks, huh?
They moved up this direction, and they have a very distinctive squawk to them when they go overhead. Yeah, we have wild parrots.
Wow.
I find them charming, actually. Some people are like, they're invasive. They don't bother me.
Birds don't bother me at all.
Well, what did you rate Three? May I just say, I do think the movie should be called The Three Wisest Men.
I agree.
Three Wisest Men stumbles off the tongue. What did you rate Three Wisest Men?
Send your emails to girlsgonehallmark@gmail.com. I gave it 2.75 stars.
I gave it 3 stars. Thank you for listening to this episode of Girls Gone Hallmark, a Bramble Jam podcast. We'll be back next time with more Hallmark reviews. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right, friends, before we go, just a quick heads up. You're about to hear some ads. These little gems help us keep the show running and the Hallmark love flowing. So do with that info what you will. Grab a snack, hit the skip button, or maybe, just maybe, listen in and discover your new favorite product. Bye.